Hey guys, it's Oops. Little bit about how I make my gold in general. One of my subscribers, Sam, asked me a question, could I make a vid about how I make my gold and how long it takes? My initial answer was, oh no, that would take too long. But now I've thought about it, it's actually quite simple. So I'm just going to run through basic things I do all the time to just have a steady income of gold. Um, it's not difficult, can all do it. My one piece of advice would be max out your professions or choose a couple to max out. Um, Mine, one I rely on a lot is tailoring because of my bag making. Um, but I'm just going to quickly run through the things I do every day. Okay, first thing I do every day on at least three of my toons is the three rares in Tanan Jungle in Draenor. Now these three rares stand a chance to drop one of the Crashin toys. Now, if I do it on three of them every day, I'm most likely going to get one of the toys. The toys sell between 6 to 14k throughout the year, and then during Winter Vow, they'll go from 20 to 30k because everybody's after that achievement. So I do store a few in my guild bank. It's like a 5 minute thing every day I do on free toons. And here's a link now to my vid on how and where to do it, and it's just so easy and it's steady gold. You may not sell one every day, but you will sell them, and you'll have that few thousand coming in all the time just to keep you going. Another big one for me is making Hexweave bags. It's so straightforward to do once you've got your tailor up and got the recipe. It's easy. I've got a very detailed vid on everything you need to know how to make those bags, and the link for that one is coming up on the screen now. I will put these links in the vid description if you want to check them out, but I'd highly recommend doing the bags and the toys. Another load of bags I make is Embersilk bags. They sell, depends really, 500-700 gold a piece on my server. You may get more, you may get less on yours. Embersilk bags, again, so easy to make. The best way to do that, to get the mats for that really, is to do the lock stand using the potion of treasure binding. You'll get, in an hour, you'll get almost 2,000 Embersilk cloth, some other volatile mats and ores, particularly pyrite to make Pyrium bars. They sell for a lot, 200-300 gold a bar, and it roughly it's an hour the potion lasts. You could do it once a week. I usually do it once, sometimes twice. It's easy gold. And because the potion doesn't time out if you log out, you can do it for half hour, then go back to that toon and do it for another half hour till the potion's gone. So I would recommend doing that one as well. And probably the last thing I do is roughly 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes of the evening. I will go on my miner and mine ghost iron and Trillium ore. I do that in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms in Pandaria. There's no real need for a vid on that. I just fly around that place, 30 minutes morning, 30 minutes afternoon. I'll get to make probably 120 ghost iron bars and maybe 4 to 6 Trillium. It's easy gold. The ghost iron on my server now, selling for 46 gold a bar. It's usually about the 20s, but it's constant profit. And those basically are the only real farms I do. Now and again I'll go off and do something different. Like later today, I will upload a vid about farming Gata herbs. Because the gold you get from those is unreal, really. I think one of them sells for 83 gold a piece. The others sell between 30 and 40 gold a piece, the herbs. So I'll probably do that for an hour today, get a load of herbs, and that'll be me done for the week with that. Another lot of gold in my bank. Probably the only real big thing I do every week, or big item, if it's in there, no, it might still be on the auction house, is I make the legendary through Legion, and I just make this one, the Sentinel's Eternal Refuge. I've just sold that for 49k. Used to sell about 150k. You can make one a week. I mean, and if you want to be clever and you've got the professions, you could make 2 or 3 a week on different tunes. All in all, I'd say completing the quest line to make that takes me about an hour a week to do that. And so again, it's easy gold. So I would recommend, if you've got a max profession, to make whichever Lego you can every week and sell it. I do look for certain things to see if they're going cheap on the AH. I do use Auctionator. I have to have TSM installed for the database, but if I use my Auctionator and say I want to look up if any modules are going round for making the garrison auction house, I just type in language, have a look, and there you go. Now these are the big parts for making that. I personally think that 37k there is way too cheap. I will come back on another tune and I will probably buy all 3 of those, because I would get at least 60 to 70k for those. So I will probably come back and buy those. Sort of thing I snipe. I would recommend using Auctionator purely because if you go on the sell tab and I don't know, these rune scale koi, this is something you need to be aware of when you're selling. Now you see they're coming up at lowest price is 676. Now I would sell them in stacks of 100, but I wouldn't post them up there at 676. I would look down the line, find the nearest 100, 200 seller and go at that price. And as you can see, the nearest 200 seller is 855 gold each, almost 2 gold more than the minimum seller. So sort of ignore that guy, use your head, post in large amounts, and people will buy your ones before they'll buy the cheap 1, 2, 3. No one's going to sit there buying one at a time, 26. They'll just go for the great big stacks. All right, guys, can't think of anything else that would really be useful to you. I'd just say don't go crazy grinding all the time. Just pick a few things to make constant gold every week and you'll easily get your WoW token money. All right, I hope that was useful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for asking the question, Sam. And bye bye for now.